You've been told that AI can help you land more copywriting clients faster, but if you don't know the elements of a good pitch, AI is going to ruin your pitch and result in clients not just ignoring you, but they'll realize that you don't know what you're doing in the first place and you shouldn't be anywhere near their copywriting projects. If you don't want that to happen, you need to watch the rest of this video. I work with lots of copywriters at different stages in their business. So I see a lot of pitches, both from copywriters who are pitching clients that they want to work with and copywriters and other business owners who are pitching me for various things. There are so many ways that these pitches go bad. Sending emails with the wrong person's name in place of the right person. I literally get email pitches in my inbox every single day, and the name at the top of at least two or three of those daily pitches is not my name, but somebody else's. And it's not that hard to make sure that the name and the email address matches the name at the top of the message that you send. Another way they mess up these pitches is by assuming that I have a particular problem that they can help me solve, a problem that I don't actually have. A quick example, in the last 2 weeks, two different people have pitched me to say that they can help me develop a podcast so that I can reach a broader audience. The service they offer is podcast development and distribution. And of course, if they had taken 3 seconds to Google me or the Copywriter Club, they would have found that I've been publishing weekly episodes of my own podcast for 8 years now. My podcast has been downloaded nearly 2 million times. I need a lot of help, but one thing I don't currently need is help launching a podcast. Okay, back to pitching with AI and how it can completely destroy your ability to get clients. Last week, I got a pitch from someone who uses AI to find unique information about his prospects. He then uses that information in an AI written pitch to appeal to his prospect. All he has to do is hit send and wait for the responses to come in. Sounds great, right? After all, finding connection content and writing love note pitches is something that will definitely help you connect with the clients that you want to work with. You have to do it. I even talk about this extensively in this video. If you want to know more about how to do those things right, I've linked to that video in the description down below. You should definitely check that out. But looks can be deceiving, and using AI to find or create this kind of personal information so that you can make an instant connection is harder and riskier than you've been led to believe. I'm going to show you the exact pitch that I got in a moment so that you can see how artificial intelligence ruined this person's chances of working with me forever. In fact, once I saw his AI pitch, it completely destroyed his credibility and left me knowing that I couldn't trust him to write anything that I would hire him to do in my business. If you want to see that, just put AI in the comments down below. What's worse is that AI dug a hole for him that he simply didn't have the resources or knowledge to dig out of. What he did was so wrong, it was an immediate turnoff, but it looked like the kind of connection content that I should have been thrilled to receive. So, what should a good pitch do? Well, before you can ask a potential client for work, you need to get their attention and make a connection. That connection has to be real. It has to be human. It's the starting place for a real relationship. Now, you might be thinking, a relationship? I'm just trying to pitch a client and get some work. Well, the reality is people like to work with people they like, which means that if the person that you're reaching out to thinks of you as a friend, you're going to get a better response. So you need some kind of hook that helps create that kind of relationship. And this is where AI can help you go very, very wrong. Let's take a look at that pitch that I mentioned. It's from John. I've shaded out his last name here to avoid embarrassing him. Here's what he wrote. Hey, Rob, I was checking out your posts on LinkedIn and loved hearing about your journey from asking your aunt's neighbor about copywriting to now being a guest on the Copywriter Club podcast. It's so awesome to see your full circle moment and how far you've come. When it comes to growth, I've discovered something that can be valuable to share. Okay, let me break in here to say this is exactly the kind of thing that you want to be doing. Find some kind of personal information that you can build a relationship on, something that you can use to start a conversation. Now, I might have done something a little different with the second line to mention something personal of my own that might create a connection between that content and some my own experience. John doesn't really do that, so the pitch comes across as a pitch. But here's where the pitch really goes wrong. I have never in my life asked my aunt's neighbor about copywriting. I can't even remember talking to any of my aunt's neighbors for any reason, let alone to ask about copywriting. This would have been easy to verify by simply checking my posts on LinkedIn. There aren't that many, so finding the reference to my aunt's neighbor wouldn't take very long. Or if you can't do that, ask the AI to provide the link to the information that it is referring to. Then check that link. If it's not there, it's fake, it's made up. What's more, While I have been on 450 episodes of the Copywriter Club podcast, I have never actually been a guest on the podcast because, as I mentioned earlier in this video, I am the host of that podcast, which is a long way of saying AI made all of this stuff up. It's completely fake and wrong. And when John confidently leads with this content, and I know that it's wrong, it shatters his credibility, and I know I can't trust him. He doesn't double check his work. The pitch goes on to say that he's created this AI tool to build cold outreach systems like this very email that he is sending to me that he wants to put to work, sending to clients on my behalf. There is no way I'm trusting the system that got information on me so wrong to pitch on my behalf. Trust and credibility are too critical when pitching, and you can't make mistakes like this. If you let AI write your pitch, you risk doing the same thing when you reach out to potential clients. But does that mean I wouldn't use AI in my pitching process? Absolutely not. I would. I do. But I use it to automate the repetitive tasks like finding client names or contact information or merging content into my proven templates so that I can review them. I actually demonstrate how copywriters can use AI to speed up their pitching systems in the P7 client attraction system, which you can find out more about at thecopywriterclub.com/love note. I've linked to that video description below. The client attraction system includes 3 short workshops that walk you through the process of identifying an ideal client, finding a real and valuable problem that they will happily pay you to solve for them, then crafting a pitch using that connection content that moves your prospect across the connection spectrum from cold to warm. Sometimes you can do it in a single pitch. The P7 client attraction system also includes a pitching tools kit that shows you the online tools you can use to find any person's contact information. It includes a couple of other helpful tools, like a list of people who hire copywriters and content writers. These are the 27 different job titles that the people you will want to reach out to have and use. It's incredibly helpful if you're searching for people to work with on LinkedIn. The other tool is a comprehensive list of marketing problems you can solve as a copywriter. If you want to do more than writing blog posts or emails, it will get you started as you figure out exactly what you can do for your prospects and give you lots of options to figure out the problem that you solve for them. Additionally, the P7 system includes an over-the-shoulder training so you can see exactly how to use the tools and the templates that you get in the system to find clients to pitch. And there are a couple of other bonuses that will show you how to use AI to make it all happen in just a few minutes a day. To get the P7 system, simply go to thecopywriterclub.com/love note right now. Now, I want to come back to the pitch again because John made a couple of other mistakes that kill trust and credibility, and I don't think AI is to blame for these. In fact, if he had used AI to, say, clean up the pitch instead of invent a bunch of false information, the pitch might have landed. There are several typos. Skills is misspelled. AI is abbreviated, but there is only a period after the A, not the I. The word clients is possessive, so it should have an apostrophe S. There's an odd space in the third sentence, and the grammar is a bit wonky there too. Now, you might be thinking this is nitpicky, and I would say exactly, it is, because John is pitching me on writing for me, writing pitches to go out to clients that I presumably want to write for. And if you're a writer, this stuff matters. What's ironic is that this is the stuff that AI could have cleaned up and helped John with. John used AI for the stuff that it's bad at, but not for the stuff that it helps with. Now, look, I'm all in favor of using AI to speed up the process of finding and pitching clients. You can even use it to write some of the content that you send out. But I've just shown you how it can all go wrong. If you're going to use AI, it helps to know how to do it right, just like I show you in the P7 system. I recorded another video about writing a love note pitch. You're going to find that video right here. It will show you the best pitch that I've ever received. You can see the kind of thing that you should do in each of your pitches to connect with your prospects in a way that makes them love you from the very first moment of connecting with you. If you're not getting a lot of positive feedback on the pitches that you're sending out now, you should at least watch that video. And more than that, get the P7 system yourself at thecopywriterclub.com/love note.